All right. Maybe I need to take it up some. Do I need to take it up a little bit? All right, Periscope, you guys are getting the best of the buzz. We're letting you guys inside, and only because they voted, that you guys get to watch the facilitators that we have going on now. We've got one more session. We're going to talk about media and influence and how important that is to an entrepreneur. You cannot tell your story unless you've got partners of media and influence. Are you partnering with a blogger? Are you partnering with a radio station, a radio source, a podcaster? Somebody has to be out there as your brand ambassador. Hello in the UK. Well, let me tell you, if you want to come to camp, the next camp is January 27th, and we're going to be actually at New York Life. New York Life is bringing the camp to their offices. We're going to get a chance to take over their boardroom, take over their training room, and that's going to be January 27th. And with 27answers.com, rest assured that there's going to be something somewhere every 27th of the month. We're going to focus, we're going to camp, and then workshop, camp. Workshop, camp. Okay, so just think about that. January is going to be a camp, and then workshop February and March, and then April there's going to be a camp. And we're also going to take it on the road. We got several invitations within the last scope to go on the road, so we'll be doing that as well. So if you want to find out any more information about it, I'm also looking for facilitators. It is a 7-hour. These entrepreneurs have decided to take this Sunday after Christmas, 2 days after Christmas, to go through 7 hours, 7 tiers. We started out talking about products and pricing, platform, affiliate. No, wait, let me try to go through it. What was it? Products? No, platforms and content, which we're going to do. As soon as we finish with this particular, we're going to get to the tables, and we're going to do products and content. Entrepreneurs are going to build their content on their platforms. We did products and pricing, facilitated by AJ at Socialprenista. She's the bomb of our business, the boss of me. And then after that, we did customers. We talking about customers, went through the budget. How do you know what part of the budget is your business competing for? You know, how much has your customer budgeted to spend with you? How much are you competing with your competition to get part of that budget? So that's what we talked about. And then what's after? What was the other 17? Come on, my top affiliate. My top affiliate. This one right here. Top affiliate. Let's see, what do we do? Okay.
Platform. Did we do platform?
We did platform and content, product and pricing, customers, performance, planning, and then affiliate program. So the last part of the day is going to be affiliate program. We got a new ebook coming out tomorrow. Everybody's going to get to download that ebook tomorrow. You can go out there and get it right now. It's on a pre-sale, $527, or you can get it as a 2-pack. You can get it as a 27 essence plus 27 minutes. Our affiliates, they've got good links and discount codes, so don't skip on getting with your affiliate.
I've already got links out for that, by the way.
She's got links out because she's got a discount code for the January camp. So this is Rhonda. If you're following Rhonda at Metro ATLNB, she's already got the links out there for you guys to come to the January camp. Let's see, Sean Smash Jet is going to reconvene us. Will your Periscope be made available on cash? No, not this one. So you better watch it live. It's not going to be on cash. Our facilitators are going to get their portions and repackage that. We decided to let you guys look in, so no, you can't have it forever. But you can go to the Socialprenista. She's going to be repackaging her what she facilitated, and Sean Smash Jet at Wealthy Divas will be repackaging and repurposing what she's about to facilitate. So if you watch it now, I suggest you get like me and get with your phone and record. But no, they'll make it available. I don't think nobody's going to like turn around and charge for it. I don't know. But it's all about repurposing and packaging. But it will be for a limited time on catch, okay? So definitely enjoy it. What I will ask that you do, since you guys are getting and look inside camp, tell your friends, go out and tweet BuzzCamp27, okay, and 27answers.com. Tell a friend about this camp. Tell a friend to get ready, because what we do is we have a special sale coming up where you get to bring a friend to camp. Some of the people in here, they got to bring a friend to camp, meaning that they got to go in on the price on that. So definitely 27answers.com. Like I said, I'm looking for more facilitators. I want to get this to the next level. This was an intimate group because we know we were getting together after Christmas. So we're going to reconvene. Let me get these people back in their seats. One more session we're going to let you look at. Then we're going to get ready to do the grunt work. We got 3 more hours of this camp. 7 hours, 7 tiers that we're working on. After we get through with this session, they're going to spend the next 2.5 hours working on their platforms and their content. Now that they know, according to the American budget, what they're competing for, your customer has a budget and you're competing for that budget, and you got to learn how to go get that money. All right, 27answers.com. Since you're enjoying this, tell everybody, appreciate you. Thank you so much, Divas. Tell everybody about DryerBuzz, X, Social Prenista, at Wealthy Divas, and let them know you witnessed an awesome camp today as well. And shout out to people who come and help and volunteer at camp. Awesome, I tell you. All right, guys, we're gonna get back. Okay. All right, let's go. One flyer. She gives me one. I wonder what is this? We're going to pass around a product. We're getting ready to pass around. And Mousy, come to the center, please. We're going to talk a little bit of products here. Always, hold on, right? Never ready. All right, everybody back into the circle. Hold on. Always hold on. You and I have learned to work with an artist. That's why I said, let me do it right now. All right, guys. Listen up. Everybody back to your seats. If you need to switch around. Everybody stretch and get it out. Everybody thinking about that budget, that line item they're going to go for, right? You think about that. We're going to get the Jameson door. Seriously? Jameson door. Jameson door is getting ready to take over the community because I'm going to go home and blog about the Jameson door. So as soon as you install the first door.
I was just thinking, they could save on their electric with the new door.
With the new door, because it's not all the electricity, all the heat and stuff is not. And what you can do is find out where is the tax write-off. Oh, there is.
And another thing,
She said certified accountant.
and because of the new law that just changed the federal government in October, they want to allow you, people buying houses, they want to allow you to replace parts on certain AC units. You have to now, in order to get the loan, you're going to have a 14-point star rating.
See,
Which is a 14-point Sears rating, right? That's what it is.
So somebody who is selling, is that incumbent on the buyer or the seller?
He was on the buyer. On the buyer, if he can get what, that's why
But would I then go to the seller to have them to upgrade it?
not necessarily, because the seller doesn't have to do it. The seller don't have to do it.
FHA will give you a loan if your AC unit doesn't work.
If it don't work, yeah. So the seller doesn't have to pay it. They can move money around. They can move money around in closing costs.
But you can't.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't say I'm doing that.
They don't have to do nothing.
Right.
Yeah, everybody thinks they have to, but they
the
don't.
person that wants to sell,
They want to sell it, yeah. But in the seller's market right now, when you get 10 offers in 2 days, they might be like, whoever's willing to take it.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's a seller's market.
It's a seller's market.
Remember when you told me what I need her, and I said if the market is right, because see right now people you can put 2 pictures up, the front and the back, no inside pictures, and get 10 offers. They doing offer sight unseen. Why do you want to see it? And then offering $15,000 to $20,000 over cash.
Now, are these? Is that the investors doing
Oh,
that?
investors, that's who buying up all the property. That's who buying up all. So you're in competition with all the inventory.
So again, that speaks to the Jameson door.
Yeah.
Because if that picture of the front of the house is getting offers like that, that's your selling point.
He needs, you can check
That's
the
your
check,
selling
check
point.
check the tax record and see who just bought a house and then mark
How
it.
much more we gotta give him? How much more are we gonna give Jameson Doors? Look, and why is he not Why is he not? Why didn't you change it? Why isn't he checked out JamesonDoors.com? You done bought that yet? Because don't let me get to my phone. You know what I'm saying? We done gave you your business, Jameson Doors. And she's saying, if I just fix the door, put a nice door on the house and get that picture, I'm gonna get 10 out. The nice thing is, I bought my house based on the blue door. Blue door and so, because I didn't get ready. I wanted to kind of influence, right? And you were like, scroll, blue door. That's my house.
The inside looks like crap too.
I'm saying, blue door. I'm telling you, you got to. But you gotta know what the sell was.
We almost lost out because of that. The house we bought only had one picture, and I had a policy of don't look unless it has at least and I decided, you know what? It's a close by house. We'll put it at the beginning of our day, and we'll take 2 minutes.
yeah.
We'll go look at it.
Don't let that no picture fool you. That's done on purpose because the agents get so many calls. A lot of times agents don't call you back. They get so many calls, so a lot of times they won't put the picture on
And see, that's the thing about it is.
So whoever will drive by it,
That's the
they'll
book.
be lucky.
You got too many books. You got too many books. Ain't
Oh,
told us.
sorry.
Ain't gave us the website. Ain't told us to download nothing. And then she wondering why.
5 ebooks,
She
right?
don't want to date, right?
Okay, yeah.
She don't give us all that information. We done built the whole empire over here. And and how much data has she collected? You know, we done told him to go sell Jameson Doors, and she created that partnership on, you know, so
That's how we make it.
Because they give you
Okay, 2 other realtors that I know, they're going, why would I get on Periscope?
see, wrong for that. All right, come on, let's go.
Oh no! You know when I got on Periscope?
No, we ain't talking about Periscope. Hold on,
Okay.
everybody stop. Just stop.
Okay,
We're gonna get the story. We got as a matter of fact, Periscope is watching. So I hope you guys, when you speak, you ask questions, make sure that you say your business name. There's so many people went through the years going, my business, my brand. Instead of saying Nancy, if you heard me say either DryerBuzz or 27S. Remember, it's all about creating buzz. It's all about always telling the story. I want to bring up Sharon Mousy Brown because she's just really become part of the ecosystem in Douglasville. And that's the destination. You know, I always tell people the blue building with the white rabbit owned by Mouse. Now, is the rabbit still out there? The rabbit is still right there. Okay. So come over into the scope. Put her into the scope. I mean, we all can have. My dream has always been to serve my community, to serve entrepreneurs. I've, for the past 30 years, been trying to help people close the digital divide. And I decided this year that I was going to help entrepreneurs close the digital divide. And bringing entrepreneurs on, use this technology.
And we appreciate it.
Now that we know that America has lost so much of its middle class, just for the simple fact that we do not embrace technology. Okay, and now everybody's trying to recover that ground. And literally, with technology, you can do it overnight and in a day or so, or this, that, and the other. And please be careful, as Mousy has said, you break it, you bought it. Okay, she will be checking the pottery. I'm just saying. She will be checking the pottery. But we are inside an amazing establishment. I can't hear myself. I really can't. I can't hear myself. Okay. We are inside an amazing establishment. I came by literally to help her start streaming inside her business. She, as you can tell, is not a bad visual in this building.
Very nice.
And I was like, I did a Periscope, and I was like, we need to do a weekly Periscope. Now we're about up to two Periscopes a week, right? Because one I have to come back just to talk about Tuya, and then I thought I'd do a nice 20 Tuesdays at Tuya. I thought I'd do a nice little 27-minute scope on Friday. That has become what? 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, and even once we get 27 minutes. Once we get off the scope, we then have lunch and we after scope, and and it's become a place where entrepreneurs come and hang out on Fridays. Marlene even brings some great coffee from where? Where's money from? Okay, and also we have a special segment from Bella Travel. And now, did I mention your business? You can get involved with this as well. We're also looking for sponsors. Remember I said real entrepreneurs, they sponsor, okay? So we got segments you can sponsor, go pro. You can come by, get on the scope, talk about your business. It's an amazing opportunity. You see what can happen when we utilize resources in our community. But let me just tell y'all this. Everything in here is not decor. It's for sale. Everything is for sale. I know you guys have supported today with the camp, but you know, she's got cards. And if you got those great gift cards for Christmas, you want to spend something. But look around and make sure you support the establishment today. Or if you can't support the establishment today, make sure that you at least checked in while you were here. That you tweet out about it. Take a picture. Y'all ain't snapped a picture yet of us standing here talking.
And not now, it's another time.
Look, you know, everyone be out. You know, but at least tell somebody about your experience at Tootie. Okay, we talked to you.
That's nice.
Here we go. Come on.
That's nice. Oh, that's nice.
Okay, hold on. Right here.
Right here.
Oh my God.
Oh, we got paparazzi now.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, AJ. AJ, come on.
I took my heels off.
Oh,
Oh, that is true.
nobody can be. All right, no feet. Here we go.
Oh, right. I look this way. Right here.
One more. Okay, cool. Okay, one more. Got it.
Got it.
Make sure that, and that's the nature of creating buzz and being your brand ambassador. I have become a brand ambassador for 2 years. One, because like I said, it's a great part of the ecosystem in our community. The artists on the wall. This is local. It's Miles Davis, but we call it local Miles Davis, and it's up until the end of the month, which is the end of the month. If you know an art lover, please tell them that Miles Davis is on display. I keep seeing something shining in my eye. What is that? Okay. And there's posters available. If you like the artwork on the wall, he does have. There it is again. Is it me? It must be me. Okay.
Maybe from you, man. You got something sparkly on
Something
it.
sparkling. Okay, it keeps coming at me. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Let me go. Okay. I probably need to drink something. If you like the artwork that's on the wall, he does have posters available. They're only $20. The pottery is new. If you like glass, jewelry, I tell you what, there were some Christmas items that she's probably going to throw on sale. The pillows are on sale. Everything is 15% off. She'll probably even add a little bit of that if you talk to her, if you pick a couple items. So if you didn't get everything you wanted for Christmas, if you know somebody that's graduating, the best gift certificate to give somebody that's graduating is custom framing for their diplomas and those kinds of things. And see, I'm a brand ambassador. I'm learning this whole art world, and of course I'm a salesperson for life. But I just want to say to Sharon Brown on the scope, thank you so much. She's made all this possible. I mean, we've been intersecting with entrepreneurs. Probably 20 entrepreneurs a week are stopping by the shop, and it's absolutely awesome. But what we need you to do is make sure that you tell somebody to come by, okay, and come check out Tuesdays at 2 years, Fridays at 2 years. Now she does have a calendar of events. In that we are going into the new year. There's a vision board party. There's stuff if you don't want to go party on New Year's. There's the event that's here. Let's kind of go down the calendar. So New Year's Eve, you're here.
We're having a paint party.
A paint party New Year's Eve.
Yes, we're bring the new year in creatively, having fun.
And safe.
Yes,
right here in the
safe.
Community. Okay.
BYOB.
BYOB.
And we'll have snacks and everything like that, and they're gonna bring something, and we're gonna have a really great time.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then January the 8th.
Friday, January the 8th is a vision party.
Vision board party at Community with Mouse Davis.
Okay, cool.
We're collaborating.
Cool.
Yes.
Another collaboration. Cool. And you guys are only just a mile and a half down the road, 2 miles, less than 2 miles. Yeah.
Maybe a mile.
Not even a mile, maybe a mile. Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah. All right. So
Yes.
that
And there's
information.
another vision board.
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
on the 15th.
So they can go to tuia.com, Tuoia, stands for the uniqueness of our, come on in, she's right, just kind of step around there, she'll grab you. And like I said, we are in an establishment, so, and in a nice way. Tuia.com.
Oh, we got it. You got it.
Yep.
Live on through.
Tuia.com. Please tweet that. Please tag #Tuia. And let everybody know. She has customers. Everybody say yeah. All right. And amazing custom branding. I'm telling you, it is the best gift you can give somebody. And Demetri, you had a couple things right there.
Oh yeah, I had about 2, 3 things. Yeah, I get scarred. I get everything from you.
Okay. All right. So next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through one more session. We're gonna talk about media and influence because Sean Smash Jet, we all call it Shay, or the Jay and Shay Show, is national radio, right? International radio, but it's out of Atlanta. She's gonna talk about what it is to partner with the radio show and podcast or a media influencer. Remember I said your product is going to do one or two things. It's going to either solve a problem or create influence. Everything that you know, believe it or not, everything that you know is based on you receiving that information through some form of media. Okay? Remember I said it's probably the only reason you're on Facebook because it has the best story of all social networks. Periscope right now has the best story of all social networks. There is a way to get your story out there. Remember I talked about influence. If you've got a calendar of events, you should have it running on radio. Okay, especially in this city in Atlanta. Atlanta is driven by what they hear on radio. Yeah, you might have what's the first pushback? Word of mouth. But you got to give somebody the word first, okay? And I know that from 14 years of blogging. I've also done radio and been asking to come back into radio. But the thing about it is, you gotta. We talked about it all day. Is what's the story behind what you're selling? If you don't have in all of your budget some marketing, some advertising, you cannot get around. You might have gotten this far, but how far are you? Okay, you might have gotten this far, but how far are you? And in that whole do-it-yourself and social media, people ask me, Yolanda, how good is social media for business? Well, I tell them, social media is bad for business. Because if you're doing it yourself, okay, if it's not something that you've outsourced yet or you've partnered with an influencer yet, then you're still not reaching your full potential. What is it you say, AJ? The level, you're not at your level of success. How do you say it?
The reason you're not at the level of success that you desire for your business is because you haven't planned for that level.
There you go. So Shay's going to talk about planning, performance, and also on media and influence. All right, are you ready? I see a bunch of pages ready for plenty of notes. Here we go.
Okay, so how you
Jameson
doing?
doors. We don't have change. We don't have
Right.
Wait,
Jameson going.
what did you ask me?
I said the real Jameson.
The real Jameson. The real Jameson. The one and only Jameson doors. The one and only. Because he's got the one and only Jameson doors.
Okay, so how we doing so far? Y'all not overwhelmed? No. Okay, well, I'm about to make you do some thinking. Okay? I'm going to briefly tell you a little bit about me and give you a little bit about my story so you know where I'm coming from. And, this is lovely. But so that you know that I have been somewhere everywhere and done something. You want to talk with me? She's trying to make sure you get home right, and I also want to go home with you.
She just got her boy.
It's that business.
On the wall.
She got her boy.
She's like, be safe with my frame now.
He walked them out.
Right?
All right.
Okay. So, at any rate, I have done a lot of things. I started out as an accountant, like I said, 15, almost 16 years as an accountant. Was overseas military. My husband was military, so I was Department of Defense.
You can plug up in here.
I had a billion jobs. Came back here, launched Cartoon Network. was with Honeywell, Chrysler. I've been at the top of top
I'm just kind of
in accounting. So the task that kind of shook me and molded me a little bit into becoming a real true entrepreneur and taking my life back was the fact that my husband was killed. So when you go through life and you have you're going, you marry the love of your life, and you think, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going, this is my path. I got married at 18 and I was not pregnant. I had my child until I was 23. Good for you. But that was my love, and we had this structure. I wanted to be a lawyer. He wanted me to be an accountant. So when you're 18, you listen to the man. Now I know better. But anyway. I'm sorry, Jameson. I'm so sorry.
Smart man. They got quiet.
However, it was my path and my purpose to go on that amount of journey. But in that journey, my main mission was to go to school, get a degree, get to be the top of come out of the east side of Detroit, having nothing, and to become someone. And my main thing was I was going to not be what they said that I was in Detroit. So we left Detroit, joined the military. I was Department of Defense. We got to the top of our echelon, and we were visiting Detroit, just visiting, and my husband was killed in a drive-by. And it completely took me out. When I say completely took me out because I didn't plan for that. We were driving the nicest cars because I'm working at Turner Broadcast. I have a secretary. I have everything you could possibly want in Turner. I was at Cartoon Network, having promoted to Turner Music Publishing, ASCAP, you name it. I was at the top of my brand. Did not know my daughter because I was too busy trying to climb a corporate ladder. My husband, I worked 16-hour days. He was coming home, braiding her hair and doing everything with her, taking her fishing because mommy was working Saturdays, trying to get us where I thought I wanted us to be. And he worked for Wallace. He was a mechanic. He was great at what he did. But we had an idea that we did not want to be poor. We didn't want to be where we came from. Both of us came from the east side of Detroit with nothing. And we were going to say that that was not going to happen. So one day I wake up and he's gone. So instantly I became a single mom. And in that fact, I realized I didn't know her. Why I didn't know her? Because I was busy building somebody else's brand. I was busy building Turner's brand. I was building what he said was his Turner Broadcasting, this type of other thing. But the thing was, one thing about Ted, even when I was there, he would tell me, if I'm paying you 6 figures, and that was back then, you good at what you do. Be an entrepreneur and do it for yourself. He never wanted us to stay there. He was always telling us, be an entrepreneur, go get it. Learn how, he taught me some of the best practices on bartering for commercial space and bartering for my business. And I took those practices. Once I realized I didn't even know what my daughter's color was, what her favorite color was, I had to make a decision. I was working at the top of the perimeter, and they told me I couldn't leave to go home from work because she'd fallen off the monkey bars, and they said, you can't go anywhere. Why? Because it's month-end closing. They're rushing her to the hospital, and they said, you better call your sister, because we got month-end closing. I made a decision right then and there. No more. No more were you going to take my life and tell me I can't go see about my daughter who no longer has a father. No more. So at that point, I made a decision to become an entrepreneur. And even when he was alive, we were one of those people that we sold Kirby vacuum cleaners, we sold Avon, we were in Herbalife, we were in prepaid legal before it was prepaid legal, we were in Primerica. We knew we were entrepreneurs. He watched cars, he parked. We knew that not just what we were doing in corporate America, we were just entrepreneurs. So I took that brand and I took a leave. And every day I came home. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because you are setting yourselves on the place to be not only entrepreneurs, but business owners. And how I did it and why I did it, my why. One of the things that AJ said was why. I had a serious why. I was not going to go back home to Detroit and have my family say, oh, poor Sean, blah, 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 blah. She had to come back home. No, I'm not going back home. I'm going to make it out here. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I took this market by storm. I started building my business on the side. I started getting cards out. I started doing everything I thought was possible. And back then, it was big to have those buttons. Ask me this. Ask me that. Ask me about Avon. I took network marketing and took it to a different level. I knew that the base of what I wanted to do was to take the money that I could make in network marketing and multi-level marketing at the time and build Wealthy Divas. And that's what I did. I got on every conference call they had from network marketing. I wanted to see who was at the top, and I listened. On my lunch break while I'm at Turner, guess what I was doing? Listening to their conference calls on how I could take the business to the next level. What was I doing at night? At night, I cooked for my daughter the next day's meal because the conference calls for network marketing were all between 8 and 9 o'clock at night. Well, that's the time I'm supposed to be working with my child for this, that, and the other. So Mommy made sure she cooked about 11 o'clock for the next day so that when time came, I could work on homework and be ready by the time that 8 o'clock call came on. Because on that 8 o'clock call, I wanted them to hear my name. Sean in Atlanta is on the call. Sean in Atlanta, Sean in Atlanta. That built me to go to start to teach because they heard me. I started doing a millionaire marketing call on Saturdays, teaching women how to become millionaires. Because I knew I had done it. When I made my first million, it was due to roadside signs. I was the roadside queen here in Atlanta. And what that mean? That mean all the little nuisance signs you see on the side of the road, my sign said, answer to your prayers, work from home, $150,000 a year. No boss, no selling. Who ain't gonna buy it? Call that number. And then I strategically had my daughter come with me every Friday because it was illegal to put them down. But you gotta know your stuff. Don't put them in Cobb County. You can put them on DeKalb, but put them in Friday. Take them down by Sunday. Then I was smart enough to know that the mega churches on Sunday. So make sure you have them up on Friday, so when they leave out of church, what they gonna see? Answer to your prayers.
Everybody wrote that down?
I was just gonna get that house God got for you.
Baby.
I got the sound place.
What I want to tell you is your life can change overnight if you really focus on it and visualize it and put it into practice. When I say I had them vision boards up, I had stuff, sticky notes on my window. I am making $50,000 today. I had these cards in bold print on my toilet. So when I sat down, all I saw was, I am making $50,000. Okay. And guess what? I started doing it. I started out making $25,000 a week just from roadside signs. And literally, that took me over. I was like, and I was doing what Yolanda was talking about earlier. I kept making excuses for myself. I don't want to leave Turner because I got this company car. I got all these perks. I got a secretary. They love me. We got an insurance policy, this medical. My daughter needs medical. So I had to start coming up with this budget. How much is it going to take for me to leave Turner? How much do I need for my income? How much is my house? Because now I'm by myself. I had two incomes. Now I got this big old house that I didn't plan on being with by myself. I had two incomes that quickly went to one overnight that I didn't plan for. I'm not planning on getting no divorce. but my income went in half. And because we were young, we did not plan. We did not plan that he was going to die. So all we knew was we balling. We driving, you know, Lincoln Town cars and whatnot. We thought, you know, this is it. I started making a plan. And that plan started with this. So AJ, thank you for covering this part for me. The second thing came from me was setting a business plan. How many of you have made a business plan? Or did you just jump out here and say, I'm starting this. I'm starting this business and I'm doing it. Let me see my business plan hands. You have one. 1, 2. You need a business plan. Let me tell you why you need a business plan. Because it will focus you as to where you're going, what you're doing. There are so many classes here in Atlanta that offer free guidance. The SBA, free guidance. They will walk you through your business plan. There are people on Periscope that will freely help you. I will help you make your business plan, but you need one. Because guess what? Like overnight, say you decide Bella Travel, somebody called you and as Yolanda's talked about in performance in your business, when someone comes to you and they said, you on my radio station, and all of a sudden they start hitting you with all this travel, and you need to hire somebody, or you need to hire several people, do you have the funding to do it? No. But if you had a business plan, you would walk yourself down to the bank, here's my business plan. Even if you didn't have to go to the bank, there's investors, angel investors all over Atlanta that will fund into your business, but they're going to ask for one thing, a business plan. And it doesn't matter that whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter whether you're a realtor, it doesn't matter whether you're in travel, jewelry, and you think that's small, you must at least make the smallest business plan. That's so important. Secondly, the very first thing you need to do for your business is, does it have a license? Has your name already been taken and trademarked, put out there on the web? Did you capture, and this goes into media, did you capture everything about your brand so that when you get big, because you will get big, Jameson Doyle, right? Yolanda can't go pull up your website real quick, and be careful what you share with people. Always keep a non-disclosure on you. Whenever you go out and you talk about your business, what you want to do, take a non-disclosure with you and dare somebody to share what you shared with them in that meeting. I have sued 2 people twice. Wow. Because I shared information with them that they went on and tried to take. And I said, great, you just gave me $100,000 quickly. Always keep a non-disclosure. When you're getting ready to do something, you have an idea. I have the idea for the little soap in the back of the scrunchie. Me and my sister were in the store, and I was like, well, what if we put the scrunchie in the soap thing? That was the simplest idea. I literally opened up a scrunchie. She's an engineer. She tied the little thing back up. We took some wet blouse thing and glued them back together and sewed it. Wow. How many of y'all see them scrunchies in the store now with soap in them? Okay? Well, the Divas had a part of that brand very early on. There are things that you need to do straight off, and that is you need to go to the Georgia website, put whatever your business name is, and register it. First thing.
The Secretary of State website?
Secretary of State website. Bella Travels needs to already be an LLC or something. Right. And I was going to go over where you decide that is. Sole proprietorship, corporation, LLC. There's many different things. Yes, baby.
A quick question. Because real estate, you have to be that anyway. Right. But I want to do my brand outside of my company.
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
Like for anything I've ever done, and I have several companies that I've done. Navigator Financial. Every time I decide to come up with a name.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Every time I came, $100. But it was the best $100 I've ever spent.
Is it, you have to pay every year?
Not, is it not, because I have mine on rotation. I have mine, is it $100 every year?
No, it is $50.
$50, okay.
50 by April.
Okay. I know it's cheaper once you, but
you
the
start.
first initial registration is $100. The second thing you,
Secretary of State.
Georgia Secretary of State.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing you want to do immediately is file an EIN with the IRS. Because again, somebody can easily come, use your name, your information, and have your EIN tied to something else that's not even legit. You want to always be protecting you and your family, because you will get big. You will do big things. And someone will come
to the protection side of that.
Okay.
When you register, you're literally buying into a protection that does what?
You can decide to be a sole proprietorship, which I really try not to tell people to do, but most people are, because they are tying it to their social security number
As opposed to the EIN.
as opposed to their EIN. There are several ways I can show you how to, I don't want to say go backwards, but cover yourself in a better place. An LLC keeps you covered, and that's a limited liability company. Corporation, once you get large, like one of my casket companies, I have that as a, oh yeah, I have a, yeah.
Jack of all trades.
She's not here. Wealthy.
Oh yeah.
And
She said casket, right?
most
Most
streams
of
of
the
income.
yeah.
But where did it come from?
But wait, I want to show the comparison between somebody handing you 1,000 business cards or I do this and I do that. She doesn't lead with all of that. She leads with her story. You hear that? She leads with her story. Then you hear that she's dropped this, because her inventor. You hear all of that, so you have to think about that. It's how she's putting the story out there. But okay, the registering with the Secretary of State.
Okay.
That protects you. That's when you can sue if somebody else is using that, right?
Yeah, because if they decide to use your name and your likeness, like I love this over here, Bosspreneur. I think I want to be Divapreneur. But guess what? I looked at when she said that, and I was over there looking up Divapreneur. How many people got that? You always want to do a search of what other people are doing, so that they don't come at you after you get big. Because
After you get big, yeah.
because they ain't gonna bother you when you look. But the minute you on a Steve Harvey or Oprah show, hold up, time out. Divapreneur, I had that back in, because they didn't already patent it. You can't go be the senior citizen place and you have not registered who your brand is. Because the minute you take off and you have 37 franchises of the Senior Citizen Cares Network, guess what? They're coming after you. And people will go and buy your brand and buy your website and then charge you to buy it back. And you have no choice because you didn't do it up front. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your brand and your name is on every social media platform. When I started with the Jay and Shay show and I branded that show, which I did not want to do radio. I ended up being out here in Douglasville, was one of the first places we were doing relationship discussion panels. When I went back to school, I started listening to the kids and realizing they don't know how to be in a relationship. All they know about is a hookup. So I started teaching at the college in my psychology classes. That Mama Bear mode went into effect, but without doing Mama Bear, I started having sessions for the college kids on relationship building and having a man respect you and having a man be able to pull out your chair and telling you what you don't have to show all of this to get his attention. Just teaching young women that they were worthy and they had value. And I started doing those, which led to relationship discussions at the college. It was a packed house. Then they started coming out here to the different hotels. They started calling me. Hey, we wanted you to come out and talk about this to the da-da-da. That then turned around. We were at the Shark Bar, and that ran into, they said, you guys need to be on the radio. Y'all are funny. Because we started talking about subjects that were a little bit taboo. And it was more of a couple who was kind of doing their own little hee-hee, ha-ha funniness on it, but telling some truth. Stuff that we don't want to talk about to the kids. And my daughter is 23 years old. She was, poor thing, sorry baby. She was a virgin until she was 21 because I talked to her. And I said, you are worthy. You are valuable.
Yes.
You are going to walk into this thing. And when she finally did decide, it was with her boyfriend. It was 2 years, and they were headed for marriage. And she had to talk with me. But my thing was, I couldn't preach to other kids what I wasn't teaching to my own.
Right.
So you gotta be able to parent and do all of that, and you can parent and build a business. And if you have questions, stop me, because I'm a radio folks, so I can talk. But I like to educate. Yes, Ms. Bell.
What's the difference between registering your name and like copyrighting your name or logo? I mean,
There are two different things. One is a trademark, and one is just you registering your business. You can trademark your name as well. It's a little expensive. You can do it. I just always tell people, just make sure you're registered, so no one will come after you. But when it's up down the road, absolutely.
But register your business within just the state of Georgia. So.
And if you're doing stuff outside of that, I can look into. Do you need to?
That's just when she said register. When you say registering, that's just basically specifying that you did it first.
Right.
So
well, and that is the business is your name. You are the owner of that business, and no one can come and like they can't go down to Tulia's and take her name. She has articles of incorporation set out that says this is my business. Come after her if you want to. She can take your little. Okay, don't do that.
I wanted to say
I get really ugly.
the credibility behind having that SP or the LLC is great, especially like for us when we're in travel and there's a lot of multi-level marketing travel companies that are out there. So when clients are contacting me, the first thing they want to know is, are you part of that MLM?
Right.
And I'm like, no, you can look at my name on the Georgia registry.
And that's the key.
That is that credibility.
And not only that, get you a business bank account. Once you get those articles, take that articles and that EIN and go to the bank. Because guess what? When someone's getting ready to give you a contract, if they decide I like your travel thing and I want to, there's all kind of grants for all the different counties. We have how many counties in the state of Georgia?
147, I think.
There are contracts out there with free money. Just waiting for you to come along. But what's the first two things they ask you for? Business plan, EIN, and the articles of incorporation. And they want to see a business bank account because why? They need to deposit your funds. And they're not putting it into a personal account. If you are trying to get funding for your business, there are things that you can do separately. Like, I give people ideas, and this one free Periscope, I beat y'all. But like when you find out there's a big something coming up, say like Selma came up. Selma was a big old thing. The 50th anniversary for Selma happened, right? I knew that was coming up. I'm sweating. I knew that was coming up. So what did I do? I went and bought all the hotels that were within 15 miles of Selma. I went and went online and registered for hotel. Didn't cost me a dime. Months ahead of Selma. So guess what? Travel people was looking for it because we, as a people, I'm sorry, excuse me, people.
Wait till the last minute.
They wait to the last minute. Everybody who was deciding, I put my information on Eventbrite. I put my information on Facebook in an event. I put my information on Twitter. And so when they was looking for hotels left, all of them was sold out. Guess who had it? I ain't go to Selma without getting paid. I had 50 hotel rooms. Come on. And guess what? They wasn't but $33 a night. Because they
you were charging. Oh, I don't even want
$100 a night. One hotel alone, I made $10,000, and it was country inn suites.
Oh, my God.
So wait, y'all missed it. You missed it. When you reserved those rooms, you had to pay what?
Nothing.
Nothing. I missed that. Well, do you know why?
You know why I didn't have to to do
You
it.
said something back here?
Yeah, I'm gonna get her.
Okay.
You know why? Because I did it enough times. How many of y'all know it's a jazz festival every year in Miami?
Right.
How many of y'all know it's Essence Festival every year in July? How many times? It's events out there. Go online, book a group, 20. It costs you nothing to the last 30 days. Well, by that time, you done sold them rooms. Why you sold them rooms? Because you went on Facebook, put it on the Eventbrite. People got to a contact that was just a simple website that said you have rooms. They paid on PayPal. I never saw them people in their life. I went and got a t-shirt vendor, made up a little t-shirt that said Selma 50, sold out of those. People were still ordering those after we got back.
Damn.
Did I go to the store one time to wrap a t-shirt?
No.
Put the order in, no inventory, went right to their house. There are things that you can do.
Everybody know we're talking about planning.
Right.
That's the section we're in right now. We're talking about planning and performance.
My whole point in saying this is there's no reason for you not to have money for your business. And the reason I want you to have money for your business is to advertise. You should be able to advertise that business. You should be able to take your business, and as Yolanda always says, $5 on Facebook. Do you know how much engagement I get from just $5 on Facebook? How many likes? How many? And they going on there to see what I'm doing? Okay? So, literally, if you're looking for money to do other, if you're saying to yourself, oh my God, I don't have no money because, I'm still working, I'm trying to work this business. No. Your business plan is going to tell you what you need for marketing. Your business plan is going to ask you, what is it I'm trying to do? You want to take your wine to the next level? You want to get it out there more? You want it to be a big thing? Do you know the poorest people in Detroit are making a killing doing some paint and sip? Paint and sip. Yeah.
In Atlanta too.
One of my friends has made $150,000 this year.
I've been to several of the classes.
And she's never paid a dime for any of the places that she's
Wait a
been out.
minute. Here's the thing. Here's Miss Point is that
There's money. Because there's money out there to do it with.
let me bring it back to
Bring it on back.
Let me bring it back to where we are is what she's saying is sometimes you have to do other things like we went through the budget. We're trying to figure out the one thing that we want to do, what we want to do in our business. Sometimes you got to do that unconventional thing, that thing that has nothing to do with your business. Because you can't go get the loans and the investors and the angel investors and all that. But if you do these kind of things, then you've got money spend in your business. Okay? Knowing that event is coming up and you're going to do the t-shirt, that's going to give you your money that's going to fund the rest of your business.
All year.
Okay? But we got to know the numbers, which is why she took the products and the pricing. You got to know the number that you got to reach. That's in your business plan. But if you can't go get loan, and what people end up forgetting about is in order to operate a business, people who have business, they go and they get funding or loans at the beginning of the year. And that's why the Christmas season is so important, because then they got to make their money back to go pay off that loan. But if you are not at that point, you got to do something outside of your business to get the operating capital or to be able to fully reimburse each expense. And it might be something that has nothing to do with what you do.
I'm sorry, AJ. What was your question over there?
With the hotel blocks, you did 50 rooms. Did you leave it in your name?
Sure did.
Okay.
Sure did. It was in my personal name, and I said my family was coming for a reunion.
Okay.
Because you can block off rooms all day long and say your family coming or a wedding or something.
Well, no,
but I knew there was a deadline.
I'm thinking like liability for those who don't take care of the hotel.
Oh, no. You kept when it's getting ready to get
they're not taking care of the hotels because they paid through her.
Right.
So 24 hours, she still had time. If she didn't sell the rooms, she still had time to cancel the rooms without liability.
If there's
I'm
damage.
about to tell you how.
Oh, you talking about after the fact?
Right. But I'm about to tell you how. Because there you go. So I put them in my name, but I made the order say they're held responsible for their own rooms, and they will be calling you
when they got there, they had to
with
deposit.
your their information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So my name was not on one registration symbol, but my own, which I stayed free because I got comp. You know why I got comp? Because I had 20 rooms.
Right.
At the Marriott, 2 was free. My mama and me. And we stayed in a suite.
He's the nicest one.
In the house. In Selma.
Wow.
So you just have to think outside the box. With no money. I put no money for that. That cost me not a dime. But I made, and it literally didn't take me an hour to set up the website, the Eventbrite and the Hey Event or whatever, all them little 3 things, and people was going to it. Soon as they ran out of rooms and they couldn't find no more rooms, every time I saw a Facebook group, I went and signed for the Facebook group that was all talking about going to sell. Every time they said, we can't find no rooms. Innovations.com has some. I bought some. I pretended like I was one of the people who found, hey.
You found them.
And when your book come
And
out,
it was mine.
Exactly. That's
So
what
people
she's
were working
working
too
on.
fast and
Right.
they think you're giving it to
They
somebody
thinking
else.
they was giving it to
That's
somebody.
their product.
that's the next session.
We waiting on that
When
book.
you hear stories, I have to just jump in. When you hear stories like this, you know, you still have to try to apply it to your business. Are you missing out on those kind of opportunities? Because when you listen to business stories nowadays, you hear a lot of them talking about funded. It's not necessarily revenue or income or investment. A lot of them are funded, and these are the kind of ideas that get funded by angel investors. Remember, I don't know if you guys know, but there's $25 million floating around Atlanta now.
Right.
What they say, napkin stage businesses, ideas. And a lot of times people want to get with you at the idea stage because they don't have to go full on in on that non-disclosure thing. We want to be a part of it. Think about the whole Shark Tank model of this. If you have an idea, okay, if you can convey that idea, and a lot of times, yeah, it's a part of the business plan, but you'll get there. But right now, all you got to do is have the idea. And then there are people willing to pour that money into it. And even here in Douglasville, you talked about a number of the counties. In Douglasville, when a lot of this money was floating around, they hired like 3 people right here in the county to even write that business plan. You go to a class or you go to an interview and they pull that information out of you. They hired 2 people to actually do that paperwork because the county couldn't get their part of that money unless they could prove that there were people in the county who could use that money. That's why this is a county of entrepreneurs. Okay? I mean, they literally hired people to write those plans, to educate you on pulling that information out of you, and all you had to do was go to the workshop or go to the classes.
Are they still doing that?
It's probably still out there. And the good thing about it now, in that we are in the last year of this administration, everybody's going to be trying to get rid of their money. Either they get rid of it or they're going to have to send it back. So you have to keep your ear to the ground. We'll talk about that too, because a lot of ways that information flows is through associations or through going to networkings and things like that you hear about that. But when you hear her saying the different things that she did, I want you to think about as it relates to your business, because if most of you are at a point, and we worked hard trying to pull out what it is that you do. So, but you got to think about it. Does some of this apply to what you do? No, don't go buy a casket company. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know, but here the unconventional things that she did that now has become the norm. Okay, because I think how many years did you start out saying you've been doing this, like what, 20 years?
I have not worked for a company in corporate America since 1999.
Wow. Right. Being unconventional,
I am
in that.
unemployable. And I was not when my husband passed. At all. So my point in saying this, you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
That's what they all say.
But it's true.
Right.
It's true.
But the thing
It
about
just
it
takes
is,
the passion to.
success happens
Yeah.
when yes happens. Success happens when yes happens. How
You
do
have to really visualize what you want to do and find the ways to do it. I mean, I knew that I did not want to be building somebody else's money and brand.
Why?
and looking at how much money he was bringing in and how much he was writing off. As an accountant, you see so many things. So I'm like, man, making a killing and driving a hoopty. I drive a hoopty this day because I don't want nobody asking me for no money. They think I have no money. I don't want my family asking me about nothing. No.
Oh, they don't see it on Periscope.
Oh.
Now.
But go ahead with the media.
We want to talk a little bit about media and influence.
Okay.
And what that means as far as partnering with you as an influencer.
I mean, the key is, like I was telling you guys, when it comes to advertising, there are so many ways. No one, like she said, she's trying to get more people to know. And we talked about getting a lead, and Yolanda was completely right. When I was in network marketing, it was about let me just get a lead, let me just get a lead, let me buy some leads, because I know if I can talk to that lead, I can transfer it into a sale. When we have a platform that we did not have in Periscope, Facebook mentions, all of this, where I can get a sale instantly. I was on Periscope yesterday showing somebody how I showed someone how to make, she's made $19,500 in the last 25 days.
Oh, man.
All I did was a Periscope, and it wasn't 10 minutes long, and 2 people signed up. I didn't know those people. Periscope is very powerful. Twitter is very powerful. People are watching what you're doing. And it wasn't that the person was watching me when I first talked about it in December, and I said I'm going to show the next 4 people how to make $30,000 in 30 days. They listened. They looked on there. They went, But when I come back in 17 days and I show you she made $14,000, and when I come back and show you the other one made $19,500 in 25 days. Are you listening now? They listening now.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't listening when I first went on the Periscope December 1st. They're like, she just talking. But when you see numbers in the back office of a brand new person who knew nothing about a home business, and I showed them how to make almost $20,000 in 25 days, they got their attention. Okay? So I know what I'm doing. But you have the same ability to do the same thing. And it's very simple. Advertise your business every which way. There's so many ways, even from Craigslist to, there's so many cheap ways. There's free newspapers you can, I build some of my business on free newspaper ads. If you look up free newspaper ads, they'll list them. You can put your business in free newspaper ads. Do you know how many people still read penny savers? Do y'all realize a lot of people use penny savers? People call me from penny savers.
They do. Yeah, that's true.
I don't pay anything for an ad in penny savers. But people call me. They go to the website, and I know because I've listed the number. So with media, me having, and Yolanda has expressed that as well. I'm on the radio now. I really have free advertisement for myself. You think I don't make a commercial that says Wealthy Divas does this? Duh. And anybody who comes to me, I'm going to make your commercial. You got some jewelry you want to sell. It's going to be on 2 platforms. It's going to be on Shop Talk with Shay on Saturday mornings, and it's going to be on the Jay and Shay Show on Friday night.
How do you charge?
It just depends. If they're running it all week long, it's less than $100 for the whole month.
For the whole month. Can I sign up today?
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm serious.
Right. Well,
I'm serious.
y'all went to them budgets real quick. Did you see that? They went to them budgets real quick. Right?
And the key is, my show does not just run here in Atlanta. It runs on TuneIn and iHeart. So when they pull up my thing on Friday, they pull up TuneIn, they go right to me. There's my face. There's your advertisement running. There's your advertisement running every time my show runs on YouTube, every time it runs on Periscope, every time it's on SoundCloud. We get tons of downloads from people on SoundCloud and Tumblr. They listening to your show. They listening to your commercial run.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do we go?
Out.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm slow. I'm sorry. Okay. There you got another one? Thank you. I'll be tomorrow. You got the sale. You got the sale. Yeah, she went in. Not the lead. She She got the mail.
Okay.
Both.
It'll save to the iPad,
The whole
but
point
it'll be
is
sideways on there too. But that
there's
will have
easy
little comments.
ways that you can build your business without money.
That'll
and make
what's
it
on there will
large.
be
That's my
just
whole
the
point.
raw video.
No money, no money, you can build large. Okay? So,
But it does take time.
Oh, you know
It
what?
does.
No,
It's not
it
an
does.
overnight thing. I mean, it's just-
If you learn, I'm be honest, if you learn how to rock social media, people don't understand what I'm saying. I did not plan on meeting the people, you know, that I have learned, in the last day, I've gotten like 40 more followers on Instagram.
right.
You know, I got at 3,000 followers on Instagram. That is how I get people that's contacting me. I figured it out, like when to post. When you get the intricate details, what hashtags you use. I post in the morning, within the first hour, I got 50 likes. That's exposure. Those likes are people that's knowing my face.
Exactly.
And get people that contact me.
And when she is selling the 27 ounces and she's talking about how to rock Periscope, download that puppy. Everything she said in that book. I was reading this book on the airplane and I was like, where the heck was she 20 years ago when I was trying to figure this out?
Trying not to write a book.
That was my wish.
This
I
book
got that book.
has everything in it. I sat on the plane and I'm sitting there like just highlighting like, oh my God.
Everybody gets the ebooks too. Make sure you have the ebooks because it goes into a little bit more detail on
She
the
can tell you Yolanda's not that one that diddly dabbles with the information. A lot of times you buy books and they be him and hawing. Well, I mean,
No,
she
she
is
goes
like
straight to the point.
she's like straight to the point.
I'll be on the stove like,
Right. And she taught me so much because I was trying to stay behind the scenes, you know, and she was like, no, you've been in the forefront for so long. Get yourself back in there. There's people who need you to teach you. I spend a lot of my time in philanthropy. That's my thing. That's what I love to do. I'm out here in the community 4 times a week serving at a foundation somewhere, helping some kids somewhere. What I want to leave you with is have something that means something to you. And what means to me is, if I die today, would it matter that I live? That is my statement to myself that I give to myself every morning. When I get in the bed at night, did it matter today that I influenced something? Did I help somebody? I helped you right here. If it just changed your mindset that it is doable. This little piss poor girl from Detroit with no money when she left had on some dangling fingernails and high heel boots and red hair, looking like a prostitute.
But and the thing about it too is to that, and I have to add to that because I'm a seller, is make sure your family has something to sell. You know, one of the reasons I wanted to do the book is like my kids can sell that book. You know, my family can sell that book. If I die tomorrow, they can sell that book for 100 years. Because can nobody copyright to after 100 years after you're gone. You know, you want to sell, but and it's a passion of yours. But what does it mean to your family? Even though they don't understand why you want to be an entrepreneur, why you want to do this, why you're taking these risks. Make sure you have something to sell. That's why I'm such an advocate of affiliate programs, of you guys getting a bundle, or you guys getting these travel packages, getting this money. I mean, just think about it. If somebody gives you access into their account, just like these subscriptions that membership. There was an article floating around Facebook just yesterday. There was a woman who died 3 years ago in her house, and they go in and find the body, and her TV was still on. And I'm like, how was she paying her electric bill?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, because she had secured her living, you know, they were just going every month in her account, paying her bills. And sad part said, I decided I'm not going to set mine up on automated because I want them to know, you know, the electricity when I go, I need to go check on her. But there have been people who have died, and I'm like, how did bills continue to get paid? Because they had all these streams of income, and they had everything automated. You know, to not worry about it, there's gonna be enough money in there. You know, that's not a nice story, but
it's true.
And I'm thinking, damn, she must have her TV was still on.
I have
3 years later.
multiple streams.
That means all of her bills was being paid. Okay, 3 years. She disposed 3 years ago. And all of her bills, I'm thinking, mine, maybe they might get 2 months. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, what's going on over there? But that's just a thought, just some thought processes, though.
And lastly, I want to leave you with collaboration.
Yes.
Do not be so I am the entrepreneur. I'm going to build my business. I don't want anybody to know anything about anything because it's all about me.
That's key.
If you collaborate, you will do so much more. I collaborated with someone. That's how I was going to tell you how I got the casket company in the first place. It was a client who came in. He was a mom that wants something, and I had done something for them voluntarily. Like I helped them with their thing. And he said, you know what? We don't want this no more. We got a casket company, and it's down the street from the flower store. We want you to get the flower store, and then the printer store is next door. So I got the casket company, the funeral home thing, the flower place, and the printer all right there in North Carolina. So when somebody passed right there,
It's all right.
right there.
From the program to
All right, you guys got any questions before she sit down? And I want to thank our facilitators.
I just have one.
Go ahead. Let's go through some questions right here and then right here.
You started scoping what December of this year, December 1st. You said. I think you
That
said.
particular scope that I'm talking about, showing the person how to, get out of their own way. She kept giving excuses about how she didn't have no money, and she didn't. And I showed her for one of the network marketing programs.
Okay, just in terms of scoping, I mean, have you discovered that there are certain do's and don'ts for scoping? Because
I saw Yolanda right there, but what I have figured out is it's all about timing. Everybody be on their phones when they get off of work. They not listen to the radio in the afternoon. Between 5 and 7 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
It's amazing.
That's when I get my
Quick.
viewers around 7.
5 to 7 o'clock, everybody, and stay consistent. I'm bad about staying inconsistent because I go and I'm doing something and I'm like, Yolanda told me scope every day.
I need to do a scope.
I did a lot of reading.
I woke up about 3 o'clock this morning and I logged in. There was probably on my timeline maybe 3 people scoping it. All of them had like 50 people in there because there's no time zone. There's no time zones to scope it. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. But what time is it on the West Coast?
Midnight.
Okay? So it was only 3 people, and they each had 50 plus people in their scopes. And I'm like, she's sitting there 3 o'clock in the morning, full makeup, and scoping and doing business. And everybody was intent on what they were saying. So you just got to do it, especially times like this. It's like, everybody was off this weekend. Everybody had a 4-day weekend, and they were binging on this content. They weren't, like she said, they were not binging on the radio. They're not binging on television. They're binging on everything that they've heard. They bookmarked everything that you've been sending out. And I mean, how many of you have Instagram? You see people like, damn, they going way back and liking all. Right? Because they ordinarily they hadn't had time. But whenever they're off, they're going back through everything that you put out.
What's the snap thing where I see that when they're on your Periscope, they're taking a picture.
Oh,
A lot of people they're doing that a lot.
Yeah, that's not good.
And also when you have a good website that captures the data on how many hits you're getting, I mean, the hits that I'm getting is just incredible.
Because they've been bookmarking it, and now they have time. You can't sleep on social media.
If you have it,
That's a part of knowing your customer. You got to know when they have time to do it. So, if you posting and when you posting, you're not getting enough likes, maybe you need to post it in the middle of the night. The last thing before I go to sleep, I know that post that I put out there at 12 or 1 o'clock when I go to bed, I know when I wake up in the morning, it's going to have 20-something likes on it because the first thing when people wake up, what do? You grab that phone and you scroll. So I post it 12, 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm going to bed and let it sit out there because that's the first thing that people go to see. To my Instagram. Rather than because I know me, I don't wake up till 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that's
But those people that are up at 5 and 7 o'clock, that's when they're scrolling there. I might post a snippet of video. I might post I'll share the comments. All of that. It's pictures. It's just a picture. It's just a picture of what it is.
I just want to know, you said, okay, I know you do 100 things now, but what did you start off with that you first did before you branched off into everything else?
The first thing I did was found a program that didn't make little money. I didn't want to make $25 for every time I had a sale. If I got to spend the same thing and I can make $3,500 or $5,000 with that person, well, I'm going to spend enough time with a person that I'm going to make, I'm going to make $25. No, you're going to cost me my same amount of time. I'm worth $350 an hour as an accountant. Why would I do something that takes me $25?
What was the business?
At the time,
What was the
it was
product?
at the time it was helping people do the debt consolidation, reverse
debt
mortgages, showing people how to reduce their taxes. It was those education
So
programs.
that was the first thing, and then that blew up. Then you went off into other things. Okay.
And I didn't want to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Because people was asking me, is this a pyramid? Which I got tired of hearing it. No, it's not a pyramid.
No, 'cause my parents, they
Right.
20 years doing that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Network
So
marketing
everybody
is
think
the
you can't-
bomb,
yeah.
and you just don't care. I mean, I did every probably network marketing
That's my
program
mom.
out
Yeah.
there.
That's my parents.
All right, you guys wanted to go to take, go ahead.
So we're freshly starting off with Periscope. Like, what do you suggest? Like, how can I say this? I guess like what should we start off with, like content wise?
I make a list, like Yolanda taught me.
Okay.
I figure out what I want to talk about,
Okay.
and I make a list and I stick to that. And if whatever that content is, just like I see AJ when she was doing it, she stuck to her content. It was like, okay, she wants to talk about this right now. If I want to talk about asset protection, I get a lot of people who just don't know anything about asset protection. So when I do one of those scopes, they're like, well, how do you do this? So then it just gets people interactive. But if you up there talking about I'm drinking a milkshake and I'm here at the mall and I'm taking
That's
pictures,
somebody's customer though.
right? But the sad part is, for me, I'm telling you what to do. I'm giving you some content, and that's one thing I love about Yolanda is no matter what she gets on it, even if she's talking about something on TV, she's giving you content. And so that's what I was explaining to. I think it was who was over here.
I think you made
About
a mistake.
it might have been who was I talking to about Steve Harvey? Mousy. Okay. Same thing. Everybody was running about Steve Harvey. I gave them something else to think about. Not, oh, Steve made a mistake. I said, look behind the scenes. Realize that Steve owned a part of this. Realize that.
And that's the part that everybody missed. He bought into.
He bought the thing.
there.
Look at the other side of what they're telling you. Don't just be led by the media. And I know that's me, but that's what I talk about on my show. Is the other side. My content is more of, okay, why are we even talking about Miss Universe? This is all publicity.
Right.
Not everybody gonna be watching Miss Universe next year.
Oh yeah.
Where they had the worst ratings forever for the longest. So I've learned to give more things on more content instead of just talking about it. And then I ask people what they need. So if I start talking about one thing and they start asking questions, I answer them.
Yeah.
And I don't shy away from that.
We got a question right behind
I
you.
do want to mention though, that was a very big buzz with the Filipino community. I am Filipino.
Absolutely.
We were buzzing about it all over the
Right.
place.
And everybody's gonna be talking about it for a while, but they don't know the backstory.
Right.
The backstory was there's
That's
more
why
to
the
the
news is
story.
there.
But see, most people were so busy, they made us do, and then you
Right.
find out that Philippines and the Colombians is not a it's a kind of war, so nobody knew that. But they like
That would have been something to put out there. Yeah.
Right. They're like the Bloods and the Crips or something. They're not
Just two different countries.
right.
Yeah.
So there's more to the story. You gotta look behind what media posts. And as somebody who was in Department of Defense, I know there's more to the story. What they show you.
But the opportunity there was to interrupt the broadcast. That was a trending thing, but you got to look for what was your opportunity to interrupt the broadcast.
Right.
Because remember, that's the thing. The whole social media thing is about. Is if you want to take over the world, you got to be able to interrupt the broadcast. You got to be able to jump in that narrative, whatever that narrative is, and put your still on there. Okay. Any more questions?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Because we all been practicing to focus on one or two things. How did you come up with your plan to expand and do all of these things within? Because there's only 24 hours in a day. You have a child. You got to pay the bills. How do you do all of that?
I did it though.
It can be done.
It can be done, and it was due to planning. I said if I do this for the next 90 days, it will get me here. I had a goal. I figured out how much I was going to make in a certain amount of time. I didn't just think about Selma on my own. I sat and I was like, they're all going to Selma. There ain't no hotel rooms out there. That took me an hour to get on the internet And then I had 5 months to plan for it. You mean on Saturday morning, you ain't got time for an hour? And I did nothing else. Once I set that website up, everything else played its course. If you don't know how to set the website up, find somebody who can.
Right.
If you're not using Fiverr.com, Fiverr is
For
my
resources.
friend. Or other resources.
Fiverr, Fiverr. We'll talk about that when we get to the table, the
If you're
platforms.
not using them, you hire other people to do the things, but I had a plan. I sat with my little paper and I said, this is what I need to do. I need to be on this conference call every day for the next 2 months, and it's going to make me this. But like I said, I did. I cooked that night, I braided her hair, I did everything I knew. And I said, if I just do this for the next 90 days, I will make this, and I won't have to worry about nothing else. Now I'll free my time up. Because if I do this, I can make $100,000. And guess what? I'm good on this. If I can make $100,000 in 90 days, am I not going to be good over here?
Right.
Wow. I can pay up some stuff, let that ride.
Free up some time.
While I'm really working on my business. Because now I don't have to worry about paying no bills. I can work on my real business. That's the key. Do what you need to do temporarily to get what you want to get long term.
And on that note, Sean Smash Jet at Wealthy Divas. All right. Y'all go ahead and give some hearts. Thank you so much. All right, guys, Periscope, we hope you guys enjoyed this. We're gonna get down to the grunt work now. Where are we on time? What time is it? All right, so now we get ready to do platform and content. Everybody's getting ready to push out some content. Go ahead and stretch. We're gonna reset the room. All right, guys, let me tell you, the next camp is January. Okay, if you did not get here in this one, the next one is January 27th. Just go to 27answers.com. Watch the previous Periscope. You can see our previous presentations, a couple of those, but we're not going to give you the full day. All right, guys, thanks so much. Spread the buzz.